Hello, my name's Greg Egan, and today I just want to talk about the topic of what is a narcissist and what are some of their traits. So let's get into it. So here's my definition of a narcissist, and I've taken it from a few different sources. A narcissist is a person who has an excessive and unrealistic sense of self-importance and grandiosity. Narcissists often have a deep need for admiration and attention and may exhibit a complete lack of empathy or concern for others. They may have an inflated sense of their own abilities and achievements and may feel entitled to special treatment or privileges. Now, of course, there's narcissistic traits, but there is also narcissistic personality disorder. And the same thing, narcissism can be a personality trait or it can be a personality disorder, which is called narcissistic personality disorder, which is characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy, as I was just talking about there. It's important to note that not all people with narcissism traits or narcissistic personality disorder exhibit the same behaviors, and that a diagnosis should only be made by a trained mental health professional. And even the examples I'm going to be giving in this presentation are just some of the examples of the types of behaviors that they may actually exhibit. So, and in the comments below, please feel free to leave your own comments on your experiences or examples of dealing with a narcissist. So let's get into some examples of narcissistic traits. And the first one I just want to cover is grandiosity. A narcissist may have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, believing that they are superior to others. Behaviors may include, and these will be repeated throughout the actual presentation, arrogance, exaggerating stories and accomplishments, domineering conversations, putting others down, belittling others, making others feel generally like crap, obsession with money, power, prestige, like branded items, looking good, being better than everyone else. They can get quite agitated when challenged on their negative behaviors. So they give an agitated response when their negative behaviors are openly challenged. And sometimes they'll turn them back on you when you're actually dealing with them. They have a need for excessive attention of praise. They constantly need to be admired by people. They constantly need to be put up by people, made feel good by people. They have a general lack of remorse or guilt when they hurt someone, an inability to accept criticism, and an inflated sense of self-entitlement. So let's get into another one, excessive need for admiration. And I've sort of just touched on this. A narcissist may constantly seek attention and admiration from others. People with narcissistic personality disorder have a deep need for attention and admiration from people around them. This is because they typically rely on other people as a source of their own self-esteem and do not have a defined sense of self. Of course, that's just an example. That's not the case with everyone, but these are, again, examples of the traits that can come out. Someone with narcissistic personality disorder may exhibit attention-seeking behaviors to get admiration they feel they need or deserve. For example, they could turn up to work dressed a certain way deliberately to try and stand out amongst everyone else, just so people will compliment them on the way they're dressed, compliment them on the way they've got their hair done or their makeup done, for example. And they may also do things like donate generously to various causes if they've got money. And it may not necessarily about helping other people out or that they generally believe in the cause. It could be around that then they can say to others, look at me, I donate to this charity, I support this cause. It's more about wanting people to look up to them, see them as important, see them as a certain type of person. They generally lack empathy. It's not that they don't understand empathy and that they don't understand sympathy. They just lack it just generally. And it's because a narcissist is self-absorbed, who believes that they generally believe they are unique. They feel entitled to special treatment, have an inflated sense of their own importance, lacks empathy, and expects constant praise from others. A narcissist may have difficulty understanding or caring about the feelings and needs of others. And though they understand sympathy and empathy, they may have an impaired version of it. A narcissist may criticize others for expressing emotions and feelings in certain situations, or even blame the other person for the emotions they are experiencing. For example, if you didn't do that, I would not be feeling this way or behaving this way. So even just blaming their own behaviors on the other person and their own emotions on the other person, when the other person may have had completely nothing to do with it. It's just them exhibiting negative behaviors and then trying to cover it up. As I mentioned before, they have a sense of entitlement. They believe that they should get special treatment or privileges, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in workplaces, whether it be in life in general. They just have this sense of entitlement that I am something special, so you should treat me in that manner. Narcissists believe that they deserve the best, regardless of the cost financially or even to others. So they don't care what the cost will be to other people around them as long as they get what they want. They may spend on expensive items, brands, experiences, fine dining example, and this is to make themselves feel like a VIP because they believe they deserve this. They believe they deserve all these branded items and that they should have them and that anyone that's with them should be buying them for them. Or if they're in a job, they believe that they should be promoted at work, regardless if they've even done the work, because they just generally believe they're better than other people around them. And as a result, they should have that promotion over other people. And they believe they're better than other people, generally speaking. Exploitive behaviors. Now, this is quite common amongst the narcissists. They will exploit people to get what they want and manipulate people. A narcissist may take advantage of others to meet their own needs without regard for the impact on others. For example, if they needed a visa to a particular country, they may manipulate and marry a person with autism or an impaired mental capacity just to get a visa into a country, or a disability of some sort that may impair that individual's judgment. And they'll take advantage of that disability just to get what they want. And then leave them as soon as they get what they want, like permanent residency. They will manipulate someone to get promoted or get someone to do work for them, or use other people's skills, knowledge, financial positions of power to help them improve their status in life and claim the work as their own work and tell people they got there through their own hard work when it wasn't true. Their general lack of empathy allows them to show no remorse for their exploitive behaviors. Envy for others. They can be highly jealous people, narcissists. They can be jealous of people at work, jealous of people in relationships, jealous of family members. They can just generally have a high sense of jealousy and envy anyone else's success around them. A narcissist may feel envy or resentment towards others who they perceive as being more successful or admired than them. Example, they may envy their partner's relationship with their child, family, or friends and feel the individual should focus on them more than these significant others to an extreme, and then try to cause disruption to that relationship if the individual does not turn their attention back onto them, because they believe they should be the focus of attention. They don't want anyone else to be better than them. They don't, whether it's the child of the person, whether it's a friend that this person's had all their life and knows them better, whether it's their parents, whether it's work colleagues, whatever it is, if they're jealous of that person, there's going to be a problem. And a person may have escaped a relationship from a narcissist and has moved on and happy and doing really well in their life. But a narcissist struggles with seeing the other person happy and will try various means to disrupt that happiness in some cases. Because they're envious now, because their life may not have ended as well after that relationship had ended, and they may not have got everything they wanted. Or they may just go, no, that other person does not deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy, so I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure their life's not happy. And they'll chase that other person down. And that's, again, just an example of possible behaviors that could occur. They may become resentful towards someone that is admired and respected more than them, just generally. They have a general sense of arrogance about them. A narcissist may come across as superior to others, condescending, or dismissive of others. Example, may think they are the most intelligent in the room, or the most brilliant, or the most beautiful, and they may be the only one that can do a particular job. They may show open disdain for other people's opinions or points of views. They may just generally believe they are the best overall. They can be highly controlling and manipulative, as I mentioned earlier. A narcissist may use manipulative or controlling tactics to get what they want, including in their relationship or workplace. Example, gaslight people to make them question events and their own sanity to gain power over them, and deny certain events ever occurred when they did. Use various forms of emotional abuse to control their partner, and then when challenged on it, will deny they ever did any of those things, or turn it around to say that their partner or the other person involved was the person that had exhibited the negative behaviours when it was them. In summary, these are just some examples of what of some narcissistic traits and what narcissism is. And there's plenty of definitions out there on it. So I do encourage you to do some research yourself on what is a narcissist, and also various traits and examples of narcissistic behaviors, because there's a lot of information out there for you guys to explore. So in the comments below, feel free to share your examples of narcissism, or even share other links, really, just with people. Share your experiences, or even just if you are experiencing abuse from a narcissist, seek some help. Or if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, maybe use some of the information here to do more research so that you can see the impact it's having on you and how you may need to escape from that relationship or that dynamic, whether it's a workplace dynamic or whether it's a friendship dynamic or a romantic dynamic or even family. Could be any sort of relationship dynamics when you're dealing with a narcissist or just a general member of the community. But anyway, I hope you found this video informative, and please leave comments below and subscribe and hit like if you like these sort of videos and you want me to put up more of this sort of content. Anyway, thank you for listening.